Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Will Dragon and this is the settlement of Beaver Pool, currently on the Oasis map. Now in the last episode we mostly built this little bad tide feature thing, which I don't really know if it's going to work. I'm mildly hopeful. Auto open, yes. Oh no wait, not auto open, just open. Yes, thank you very much. Yes, I did know they could be permanently open. I missed that point, to be honest, when setting them up. And thank you very much for the suggestion of turning this into a bit of a thing to, in essence, keep this going with some water wheels. I will definitely get that going. Don't know if that means I'll be able to completely turn these off. I will still need the battery, but it's definitely worth doing that. Oh, hello. Hello, bad tide. How are you? Why is this now happening? We have obviously had this recently turn on. I'm guessing this is now coming down here and roaming around this way. That's a nice bit of bad tide coming through. What I could do to attempt to easily divert and clean this one up is just blow this down here and just have it come straight down here off the map. That would very much stop all of this from happening. There's an idea. Very much an idea. But anyway, that's I'm not too worried about that. That's not, I have not planted anything up here. But yes, why don't we do this? It's not really going to take me much. Just make a little channel. I do like that. I like that. That's the first time I've seen this since placing 0, 0. Oh, we can get about 50 odd by here, 60 by here. I wonder if this will technically... Doesn't show me when I've clicked on it. Like I said, I wonder if it will technically be a bit more now that I've made the channel more of a channel. Should be. Technically should be. But we'll see. And then, so what else I wish to do is obviously connect it up. Because this one, in essence, as long as this is going, this will be going. Although this might not quite be strong enough. I mean, let's... If I was just in front of it, it says I'd be getting only about 60 odd, but I can't really check it here anymore. 125, so technically it wouldn't be strong enough, but this will mostly keep this going. This is a very nice idea, and it kind of makes it a bit perpetuating, so to say. Because everything, as long as this is going, which this will mostly keep that going, this then keeps that going, and etc, etc. It does a very nice job of. Now we can't quite. Silly place to put that. Silly place, I tell you. Go and put that one in there. Set of stairs down there. Path there. Probably a path going along there. And I need... Wait, are these solid and do these block... Oh, if they block water technically. I don't think they do actually. I don't know if I could have actually gone and placed one of those. But this is doing 137, so yeah, it doesn't quite take up the full 200, but it does a pretty good job. Power shaft, power shaft. There. That on top of there. Plugged into there. So I'll probably just keep the wind farms, but it means I'm not going to have to upgrade this. I'm not going to have to worry about upgrading this. It's basically all the worry and the fear and the wonder of whether it's going to be strong enough to keep it all going is very much now going to be turned into a yes. Because this will very much keep that going. When this stops producing because of a drought, that will stop turning. Then this will also stop needing anything. When this can then produce again, there will definitely be enough in the battery to keep it going, basically. Yeah. There you go. So that is still now going down, but it's going down a lot slower, and it should also now go up a lot faster. There you go. This is all a lot more perpetual now. And let's come down to here. We do have some dynamite to finish putting down. Down there. What go and do? We've just turned into night. Place all that down there. There. Now these buildings are blocked for a second, but we will solve that problem very shortly. Ish. Backing up. Path here. Oh no, I can't get to these 2 points either. That's actually really, really bad. Knowing how I can do this with this and not by clicking on it. We are actually going to have to put that down there. Slightly messed up because I can't actually get to these two. Or that one. So build that, I'll get to these, I can delete that, build one more piece. So I don't actually have to wait to be able to build the last piece. I can just go and destroy all of this. As long as we're not in a drought, which we're not even being threatened by a drought. My 3 dynamite beavers. One, 2, 3. And let's just go and build the last one, you know, just because we can. Here he comes. Most important beaver in Beaver Pool today. Now this could be very much continuing. Yeah, look, there it is. Look how fast that's going up. So we're now going to have 1.8 deep of pure water as opposed to just 1. Sorry, just 0.8. How fast that fills up. Just beautiful. Right, so that's that dynamite project done. That's that one done. We have this, like I said, a bit more on perpetual motion. This should never have any trouble now, really. So the next area we do want to push into is over here. Let's go and pause one of you. How are we doing? We need one more worker somewhere. I know where that somewhere is, and I'm not worried about it. Yes, everything's just fine and dandy, quite frankly. So I do want to put an aquifer here. Or an aquifer drill, I should say. It is an aquifer. And I do want to put a couple of windmills up here. Now, we are producing a lot of paper. Let's come down to our power. Let's hit big old windmill. And let's start to build a wind farm. Now, these are always fun to do. What I think I'm going to do... I think I can put one here and here. Yes. Can't. Cal. Yes, because they need one each, so that's that one's, and then this one needs to go. And that one gets that square. This one will get these squares. This one gets this square, and then that one will need that square. That one can go there. Takes all these squares, so this one will need to go here. That one takes that set of squares. Hang on, I can do this. I can do this. We can't go there. We can go there. All right. Should be able to go. Bang. No? What did I mess up? Why not? Why? You're in the way, are you? You are? Alright, yes, because they're both trying to share that square. Of course. How about we just remove that one for now then? Because it's just not work, is it? And that one gets that square. So I can go here, I think. You can tell I'm doing a great job of this so far, so we'll keep going with the words, I think. What we'll do is... go and path to use. Start building. And start building wind farm, basically. What have we got? What have we got? Who have we got? Why have we got? Where have we got? This takes all of these squares. Right, that takes that. Yeah, back. Lovely one just there. Takes that square. That'll take that square. I can do another one by there. Another one by there. Very nice. Drought approaching. Am I worried? Do I have any panicking? Now, you carry on, Drought. You carry on. Let me continue trying to design a wind farm in my head. Goes there, so one can't go there, so that'll be the last one for that bit. They need to at least be on this line, or one goes there, one goes there. Put one there. Put one there. Can't go there. Can't go there because that's too close to that. About there, I think we can get one. These aren't the most efficiently placed, but they are thematically nice looking, I think. And I think that'll do. I think that'll do for a start, don't you? That is a lot of wind turbines put down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And these can produce a lot. So let's leave those numbers as they are. And let's just leave my beavers to build these wind farms, because, you know, the resource drain in terms of planks, gears, and paper, yeah, that should actually hit me pretty hard. Honest. Being kindly honest with you, yeah, it is actually a pretty hefty resource drain. What I would like to do... Let me remind myself. Battery is 2, right? Yeah, my battery is 1. What I want to do is see if I can plan this out. a 5x5. Oops, that wouldn't quite fit. There, I think that does. Quite fit still, because that gets 2, that needs 2 as well, so that would have. Yeah. There. Go there. Oops. Oh wait, so did I just... If I were to go and unlock this... Yeah, no, that one is. Just fine. Unfortunately, annoying size and doesn't fit it properly. Why? Why be a 3x2? Why do that to me? In fact, how about... Yes. How about... You go and put it down. That one, so they now have access as soon as they build the first platform. Then it maxes up the rest of it. How are we all doing? Yep, things are getting built just wonderfully. Leave those all to keep moving along for now, whilst I continue to build something else. And then I may even look to upgrade my population soon. Let's have a look how things go. Wow, they are doing a good job of draining this, huh? Isn't a bad thing if I didn't rely on it so much. Let's go down to 1 pump. Got a nice bit of power coming in. We will have... coming in. Grant me access to all of that. This, when you get a moment, really. Come up here, build all these 4 platforms, and I'll have to make something else to get up to the metal. First metal platform. After that, they can build all the rest from the line. So yes, Windmill Hill is going along quite nicely. Is there anything gears that we're starting to struggle on a little bit? Those back up. We're definitely not struggling for wood. Planks are coming along very nicely as well. Yeah, gears are coming a little bit lower, so let's go and on. I don't think we were actually producing gears, that's why. I had both of them paused. So we're still missing a beaver. Oh, we can very easily slot house in here. Go ahead and do that. Definitely not getting one in there. Go ahead and get another house in there. That'll just help top us up a smidge. What else do we going? Now we have 11,000 old science. Now, and I think we're pretty much at the stage where, honestly, I think we have to start looking big and long term. Now, this is going to become a huge windmill hill. And this, in essence, is going to become my gravity battery station. I'm also going to do a little raised platform above it, which is going to become my observation post. I will replace this down here. Now, of course, all of that was made much easier now the fact they've actually put in spiral staircases. However, to get spiral staircases, I need treated planks, and to get treated planks, I cannot even remember. Oh, pine resin. So that's very easy, because I do have a nice source of pine resin now easily on the go. So that can very much happen. This can easily become a little industry platform. This can also continue to be an industry platform. I can plug these coming down here very easily. That is not a problem whatsoever. What I will do... 1, 2, 3. That. That's that in. That'll allow me to get one more zipline station in, which can potentially then take over from this one coming in this direction. This one can then go off in any direction he so chooses. Or even this one can even then shoot down here as an example. Because we are going to need to, there you go, get to an underground ruins for a permanent source of metal. We can, of course, push over there as well. But I figured, you know, it's probably a good idea to start coming this direction. We can start dealing with this area as well. Yeah, I feel like I'm basically transitioning from village. I feel like we're going from village to small town. And next, I need to expand from small town into city. 2.7 days. How many long till these die? 6.5. Oh, that'll be fine. Yeah, so I feel like the next thing I need to do is start pushing from small town to kind of... Well, I suppose you could maybe say large town with the larger infrastructure, so I can then become a full-blown metropolis with, you know, boroughs, basically. I feel like that's the stage I'm at. So there you go. This stays as is. That will go back on very shortly. This drill is, as you can see, yep, good. Centered. I can probably get rid of a wind farm, but there's no harm. They don't cost me anything. They don't do anything. In essence, in the background, they are all just sat there. And we are on... Nope, we've got these and then these 3 to go. Yep, apparently still in range, so that'll all work. 50 gears still. These skins are costing me 20 each. Yep, and gears are also now being produced, so that should help. Planks, now that gears are being produced, are taking a bit more of a hit. Network power supply 400, demand 470. Do you know what? Let's go and pause our dynamite. Let's go and unpause our lumber mill. Because again, wood's not a... As in, logs aren't a problem. Let's just, let's keep turning those around, basically. Builders up here. So yeah, I feel like I need more builders. I need more haulers. I feel like I need a big... Oh, hang on. Let's go and call this priority. Let's get the extra 3 beavers at least. I feel like I need a bit of a population boom, which means a bit of a water boom, a bit of a food boom, kind of. I mean, we're doing pretty well for food, to be honest, but another source wouldn't hurt us. So yeah, I feel like that's kind of where we're at a little bit. So yeah, I feel like that's where we're at a little bit. Feel like this can become a much bigger reservoir for us. Thinking potentially our water reservoir. How deep can this go? 4 isn't very much. 4 is not a lot at all. Yes, if I was to floodgate this right here in essence, then what I would look to do inside that line. Why wouldn't we just go inside this line? May as well. Back. You know, flood this whole thing in essence. All of that will get flooded out. Probably, I mean, why not do the whole thing, basically? No, we can... that one. Yeah, why not just chop the whole thing out? The maximum depth is 4, so I can get rid of this. Obviously, this then down to this level as well. And then I could drop this down by 3. Or on the other hand, I could just build it up. But then that means this will sink. This will then be underwater. I mean, that could actually be an easier method. Blow these 2 down. Blow this down. That in essence gets me a depth of 1. How do aquifer drills work underwater? How are they being submerged? Must be built on the ground, extracts water from an aquifer. I mean, as far as I know, I don't think it matters if it's underwater. I think it could be drowned. I'd have to find out about that, to be honest. So I could then, in essence, raise up the walls by 3 and let this flood like crazy. I mean, raising these up as well. I believe batteries can go through water. Again, I'd have to check on that because then raising the water would mean the batteries are less efficient. So yes, those are the factors, but I think going up would potentially be easier than going down. I mean, this, for instance, would already be a depth of 1, 2, 3 just up here. So I wouldn't have to put, I'd only have to build a bit of wall here and then round. Wouldn't have to build too much. It's only going to cost me logs for levees, which I have an overabundance of. That wouldn't be a problem. But yeah, that may in fact be the way forward. Now we do have this slight problem. Which I need to box this up. I assume I can't destroy them. We need to box those up as well. Could run, once we've built this around here, we could cheekily run the power line across to this one as well. We may as well. There's nothing. That just kind of turns this little area on because I don't think there's these as well. I'd have to block these off. That in essence just activates this corner. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Bad idea at all. You have the house online. Yeah, I think that's what I'll go for. Let's sink this area down a bit and build it up a bit. And we'll make this a big water reservoir. Because Yeah, we should stop pumping out of this one. What's the point? We should start pumping out of this one. Because the drought is over. So let's move those 3. What we, in essence, want to do... Go in there. One, 2... 3... 1. Now, of course, I'm not actually going to get them to even start building this because I need to make sure that I need to go and double check the aquifer drills work underwater. 3. That's what I have to build it up to, basically. There. Now, I could just go and build bigger floodgates. But I don't think I need. I mean, I suppose it does give me more flexibility, so it kind of does make a bit of sense. It definitely does make a bit of sense. But that's in essence what I've been building up to. But yeah, so I can use pretty much all of this as a natural wall. That takes away the need for a wall, and on this side as well, for 60-70% of my dam project. So that's going to be a huge help, using the terrain to our advantage. I don't technically need to actually build these last ones, but it makes it look better, so I'm going to. Then as for these ones, what I need to do is... Impermeable floor will work. 3 bits of impermeable floor. Followed by... Oh wait, so no, I am going to need... Although I'm going to keep it with this, because this actually blocks bad water. I will, however, need to use some dirt on the top. I need to get it to overhang. Just to make sure it doesn't overspill. That'll, in essence, just block that little corner off. And, yeah, we'll go from there. I'll be able to cap this probably pretty easily now that I'm over here. Obviously, I have to get the resources, etc., but I'll be able to cap it pretty nicely. Alright, well, that's all looking pretty good. The wind farm is now on the go. Water aquifer drill. Now, probably going to plug in from that side. I do love not having to worry about any form of a science cost, really. What I really need to do is really down before I build a thingy. You know, and I'm a Bobby. One of them. What I'm gonna do is let's blow this out. I think that'll allow me to do what I need to do. What I want to do is, in essence, I want to build kind of a bit like a aqueduct, like a power aqueduct, so to say, from here over to here, and that will allow me to connect things up, and then I'll just have a pipe coming down and into the water for this. Because, I mean, most of it will disappear underwater once I've actually gone and built up my dam, which I could go even higher for, to be honest with you, but I also... Oh, hang on a minute. 1, 2, 3. Yes, so all of my windmills... Well, I suppose they technically go up 4 because they're all on a little stand. They will all be out of water. That's fine. They'll all be good. We're going to go up by 3. Yeah, so we'll place this dynamite, we'll blow this down, we'll look to do a little kind of a bridge thing. And then we also need to look at building a little bit of a staircase to get up to this one. And I kind of only want to get up to that one, and then the rest they can do. I need to get right underneath this thing, so. Basically stand on the top of the stairs, and that allows them to get up to this metal platform, and that should allow them to hit the zipline station as well. I believe I'm in essence coming up here. That should allow them to hit the zipline station. Yep, we're gonna need a lot more dynamite. A lot more dynamite. Once I've also plumbed this in here, that'll also make quite big. Do is no, you're going to need to be turning on very shortly. I'll leave you plugged in for now. Do need to turn my dynamite factory back on. What I'm going to do, these are all built there. 100. But you need a lot. None of this is plumbed together yet, so yeah, right. Priority now for the next episode, because this episode is now coming to a close. Finish blowing this up. Finish building this. Let's get this plumbed in to here, so I can sort my industry out a little bit more. Then let's get this plumbed into here, because this isn't a huge priority, if I'm perfectly honest. It would potentially be better to even finish my dam before I even built this. Finish blowing all this out, finish building all this round. That would potentially be a better idea. Yeah, get all this plumbed in to here. Get it plumbed in to some kind of battery. Let's get my industry working a little bit better, shall we? I mean, obviously we definitely have spare power over here, but I'm just kind of ignoring that to do what it does. Yeah, let's... I would also like to get a wood workshop down here as well, basically. Start getting treated planks. One of the last things I, in essence, need. So what we will do... This will be temporary because once we've actually put loads more industry in here, rearrange this. That will, in essence, plug into the back of what would eventually be my workshop. Plug all of these in as well, which I will get around to in the next episode. I have to attempt to do it in a way that allows them to get to all of them and still be efficient, etc. etc. Basically. Yes, we'll get it done though. It's not a problem whatsoever. We'll plug that in. And so we will finish, ladies and gentlemen, by simply going... Gonna go from this corner, I think. Kaboom! Beautiful. And so on that, ladies and gentlemen, as I had said, thank you all so much for joining us. We are at the end of the episode. And so from myself and all of the beavers here at beautiful Beaver Pool, we wish you all the best. And until we see you for the next episode, we hope that you can stay safe, happy, and healthy.